Welcome back. This video is all about Mr. Bean, the iconic character created by actor and comedian Rowan Atkinson. In this video, we'll take a deep dive into the history of Mr. Bean, explore his most memorable moments, and learn about the impact he has had on popular culture. If you are new here, you are watching Sadiqssolitude. Mr. Bean is a British sitcom created by Rowan Atkinson and Richard Curtis, produced by Tiger Aspect and starring Atkinson as the title character. The sitcom consists of 15 episodes that were co-written by Atkinson alongside Curtis and Robin Driscoll. For the pilot, it was co-written by Ben Elton. The series was originally broadcast on ITV, beginning with the pilot on January 1, 1990 and ending with The Best Bits of Mr. Bean on December 15, 1995. Based on a character originally developed by Atkinson while he was studying for his master's degree at the University of Oxford, the series centers on Mr. Bean, described by Atkinson as a child in a grown man's body, as he solves various problems presented by everyday tasks and often causes disruption in the process. The series has been influenced by physical comedy actors such as Jacques Tati and those from early silent films. During its original 5-year run, Mr. Bean met with widespread acclaim and attracted large television audiences. The series was viewed by 18.74 million viewers for the episode The Trouble with Mr. Bean, and has received a number of international awards, including the Rose d'Or. The series has since been sold in 245 territories worldwide. It has inspired an animated spin-off and 2 theatrical feature-length films, along with Atkinson reprising his role as Mr. Bean for a performance at the London 2012 Summer Olympics opening ceremony, television commercials and several sketches for comic relief. The program carries strong appeal in hundreds of territories worldwide because, in addition to the acclaim from its original run, it uses very little intelligible dialogue, making it accessible to people who know little or no English. The character of Mr. Bean was developed while Rowan Atkinson was studying for his master's degree in electrical engineering at the Queen's College, Oxford. A sketch featuring Bean was shown at the Edinburgh Fringe in the early 1980s. A similar character called Robert Box, also played by Atkinson, appeared in the one-off 1979 ITV sitcom Canned Laughter, which also featured routines used in the motion picture in 1997. One of Bean's earliest appearances occurred at the Just for Laughs Comedy Festival in Montreal, Quebec, Canada, in 1987. When program coordinators were scheduling him into the festival program, Atkinson insisted that he perform on the French-speaking bill rather than the English-speaking program. Having no French dialogue in his act at all, program coordinators could not understand why Atkinson wanted to perform on the French bill instead. As it turned out, Atkinson's act at the festival was a test platform for his character, and he wanted to see how his character's physical comedy would fare on an international stage with a non-English speaking audience. The character's name was not decided until after the first episode had been produced. A number of other vegetable-influenced names such as Mr. Cauliflower were explored. Atkinson cited the earlier comedy character Monsieur Hewlett, created by French comedian and director Jacques Tati, as an influence on the character. Atkinson also cited the influence of Peter Sellers, who had previously played similar, fumbling fool, characters, notably Hrundy Bakshi in The Party, 1968, and Inspector Clouseau in the Pink Panther films. Stylistically, Mr. Bean is also similar to early silent films, relying purely upon physical comedy with Mr. Bean speaking very little dialogue, although like other live-action sitcoms during this period, it featured a laugh track. This has allowed the series to be sold worldwide without any significant changes to dialogue. The main character, played by Rowan Atkinson, is a childish buffoon who is almost always seen in his trademark tweed jacket and a skinny red tie, and usually wears a digital calculator watch. Mr. Bean rarely speaks, and when he does, it is generally only a few mumbled words which are in a comically low-pitched voice. His first name and profession are never mentioned, and he seems unaware of basic aspects of the way the world works. Mr. Bean's girlfriend, Irma Gobb, played by Matilda Ziegler, appears in 3 episodes. Mr. Bean's teddy bear, Teddy, is his best friend and is often privy to his various schemes. Teddy has undergone several changes over the years, and after filming ended, Atkinson donated Teddy to Giles Brandreth's Teddy Bear Museum in Stratford-upon-Avon. Another recurring prop is the Mini, a car that Mr. Bean drives and is often the subject of his antics. Various media adaptations of the character Mr. Bean. The animated television series that was created 7 years after the original live-action series ended. The series features Rowan Atkinson reprising his role as Mr. Bean, and introducing new characters such as Mrs. Wicket and her cat Scraper. The show ran for 52 episodes from 2002 to 2004, and a new series of 78 episodes was commissioned in 2015. There are 2 feature-length films featuring Mr. Bean, Bean, 1997, and Mr. Bean's Holiday, 2007. The first film follows Mr. Bean's misadventures as he oversees the transfer of Whistler's mother to a Los Angeles art gallery, while the second film sees him on a journey across France for a holiday in the French Riviera. Both films were commercially successful, with Bean grossing more than $250 million globally and Mr. Bean's Holiday grossing nearly $230 million globally. Mr. Bean also appeared at the opening ceremony of the 2012 London Olympics. In the scene, Mr. Bean works within the London Symphony Orchestra in its performance of Chariots of Fire, conducted by Simon Rattle. Now some facts about actor Rowan Atkinson. 1. Rowan Atkinson was born on January 6, 1955, in Consett, County Durham, England. 2. His full name is Rowan Sebastian Atkinson. 3. Atkinson's father was a farmer, and his mother worked as a housewife. 4. He has 2 older brothers. 5. Atkinson attended Durham Choristers' School, and then later attended Street B's School in Cumbria. 6. He went on to study at Newcastle University and Oxford University, where he earned a degree in electrical engineering. 7. Atkinson first appeared on television in 1979, in the sketch comedy show Not the 9 O'Clock News. 8. He is best known for his roles in the sitcoms Blackadder and Mr. Bean. 9. Atkinson's character Mr. Bean first appeared in a one-off sketch on the show The Exciting Elephant, in 1989. 10. The Mr. Bean character was inspired by Atkinson's experiences in his youth, where he would entertain his friends by pulling faces and making silly noises. 11. Atkinson's performance in Not the 9 O'Clock News won him the 1981 BAFTA Award for Best Entertainment Performance. 12. He won another BAFTA Award in 1984 for his performance in Blackadder. 13. Atkinson has also appeared in a number of films, including Johnny English, Love Actually, and For Weddings and a Funeral. 14. He has provided the voice for the character Zazu in the Disney animated film The Lion King. 15. Atkinson is known for his physical comedy, which often involves exaggerated facial expressions and movements. 16. He is also known for his ability to create characters with distinct personalities and quirks. 17. Atkinson is a fan of cars and has a large collection of vintage vehicles. 18. He is particularly fond of British sports cars, such as the Aston Martin and the Lotus. 19. Atkinson has been married twice. He was first married to makeup artist Sunatra Sastry, and then later to actress Louise Ford. 20. He has 3 children, 1 from his first marriage and 2 from his second. 21. Atkinson has a love for classical music and plays the piano. 22. He has performed in several operas, including The Merry Widow and Johnny Skikky. 23. Atkinson is a supporter of the Conservative Party in the UK. 24. he has been vocal about his opposition to political correctness and cancel culture. 25. Atkinson is a member of the Church of England and has been described as a conservative Christian. 26. He has been awarded several honorary degrees from universities, including Oxford and Newcastle. 27. Atkinson is a trained pilot and has owned several planes over the years. 28. He has competed in several motor racing events, including the Aston Martin Owners Club race at Oulton Park in Cheshire. 29. Atkinson has also taken part in the British Rally Championship, driving a Ford Escort RS Cosworth. 30. He is an advocate for road safety and has spoken out against reckless driving. 31. Atkinson has suffered several serious injuries over the years, including a broken shoulder and a broken vertebra in his spine. 32. He has also been involved in several car accidents, including a crash in 2011 where he totaled his McLaren F1 supercar. 33. Atkinson is known for his dry sense of humor and deadpan delivery. 34. He is an accomplished stage actor and has appeared in several West End productions. 35. Atkinson is a fan of the James Bond franchise and has cited Sean Connery. Now some did you knows. Atkinson co-created and co-wrote Mr. Bean, the British sitcom for which he is so famous, while studying for his master's. Yes, he has a master's degree in electrical engineering from Queen's College, Oxford. He suffers from a stammer, so he uses over-articulation, a technique to overcome problematic consonants, for the B sounds. The original name for Mr. Bean was Mr. White. It was then changed to Mr. Cauliflower before settling on Mr. Bean. Despite being such a popular and much-loved comedy show, the Mr. Bean series has only 14 episodes, each being only 25 minutes long. Atkinson also played a supporting character in Sean Connery's James Bond movie Never Say Never Again, 1983. During his earliest appearances as Mr. Bean, Atkinson insisted on performing on a French-speaking program instead of English-speaking ones to see how his physical comedy would fare on the international stage. The show, of course, became a huge success in 245 territories and received a number of international awards. Atkinson once saved a plane from crashing when the pilot fainted, even though he never flew a plane before. He managed to keep the plane in the air until the pilot recovered. In 2013, he celebrated the 25th anniversary of Mr. Bean by riding his iconic Mini around the Buckingham Palace in London. Atkinson loves cars and racing. He owns many cars, including a McLaren F1, Renault 5 GT Turbo, Austin Metro, Skoda Superb, Audi A8, and Honda Civic Hybrid. Remember the car in Johnny English? He used his own Aston Martin in the movie. He is a frequent guest at royal events and good friends with King Charles. If you've been watching this far, consider subscribing, it's free. I'm out of words. Oh, that's gonna be a long video. Yes, it's a voiceover, I can't draw and talk at the same time. While you watch me finish the drawing, here are some Rowan Atkinson quotes to keep you company. Disclaimer, I cannot use his actual voice for copyright issue. I think the job of comedy is to take on subjects that are difficult and sensitive and really wrestle with them. I find the whole business of religion profoundly interesting. But it does mystify me that otherwise intelligent people take it seriously. I'm not a comedian. I'm an actor who happens to be funny on occasion. To criticize a person for their race is manifestly irrational and ridiculous, but to criticize their religion, that is a right. That is a freedom. I think the best comedy comes from a place of truth. And the truth is, often it's the things that we don't talk about that are the funniest. I have a problem with people who take the Constitution loosely and the Bible literally. I have a naturally morose and pessimistic demeanor, which is worsened by reading or watching the news. I don't do jokes in my shows. I just do funny things. I'm a very serious person by nature, but I can see the funny side in things, which makes me a clown. I'm always amused by how many people seem to think that you can write a funny song or make a funny film by using a funny voice. Okay, still a few minutes to go. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up. Feel free to comment below your thoughts, suggestions, etc. Just be respectful. That's all for today. Until next time, take care and do good.